You know, not being a repeated mistake, but it could have been.
I've been like following you on multiple networks, and you posted something that said you apologize in advance to anything offensive that you might say in interviews.
Yes.
So I'm only going to ask you questions where there's like a 70% that you can say something offensive.
This might be the one I'm going to apologize for.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
so
God.
you just have one bad one, and then you can just say, yeah, that was crap, but the other ones are good. So.
Got it. I'm in.
I'm kidding. I really liked the movie, and I think you were fantastic in it. What is it that you think fascinates us with the Jurassic Park series?
Well, I think, you know, this movie really kind of checks a lot of boxes. It's got science, imagination, adventure, action. Our film has romance. You know, I think it's fun and really kind of fun for all ages. So I think our fascination with dinosaurs is rooted in our lack of understanding of the universe and how big it is. It's in anything that makes us feel tiny is fascinating to us. You know, to think that something existed 65 million years ago, it seems like it's impossible. And if there wasn't evidence, you know, proving that they existed, I don't think anyone would actually believe it.
I mean, I just saw it, so it's like whatever. I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw the trailer, I was like
whatever.
Okay, I'm not sure about this. Like, I saw the motorcycle and the raptors, and I was like, okay, what the hell is going on? But I enjoyed this movie a lot. Like, I was impressed. And also, I think it was great how it tackled other themes than just let's run for our lives, like animal captivity and why humans lose respect for animals so easily. Why do you think that is?
I'm starting to embrace those lowered expectations. I think maybe they were created a little bit by the trailer, because the trailer doesn't necessarily, it focuses a lot of action, and it doesn't really let you understand how warm and funny and character-based the movie is. It's a character-based movie to me. And so I think that, you know, in a day and age where you can show people most of the movie in the ads, and they often do, to have the surprise be, oh, there's actually people I care about. There's humans talking to each other in this movie.
Yeah, with stories.
And stories. Like, it's a good surprise. And that also that there's themes and that the movie's about something. And I didn't want to make a preachy film. You know, it isn't an art film, it's a ride. And yet I think that just in the same way that Jurassic Park had a lot to say about how, you know, man's hubris will fly in the face of science, I thought this movie could say something about animals, and not just how we cage them, but how we also use them for our own means, and we also use them in war.
When auditioning for the movie, did you have was there a scene where you had to pretend there's dinosaurs right there?
You know, I got lucky on this movie because I didn't have to audition. That was kind of nice. I think that would have been really difficult to have to audition for a movie like this, because it's really, really embarrassing. This type of acting is really embarrassing. There's nothing there. You're making all these faces, pretending like you're scared. It doesn't really work until they put the movie together, and months later there's music and the build-up and the suspense and an actual CG animal there against which to be acting. So it's embarrassing. It would have been terrible. I'm glad I didn't have to audition.
Die Mauer ist über 12 Meter hoch. Denken Sie, sie ist darüber geklettert?
Kommt drauf an.
Auf was?
Was für ein Saurier die da im Labor zusammengerührt haben.
Also, I think at some points, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, if that was intentional or not, but sometimes it was kind of meta, like the references to the actual, like the original series are very out there, and I like that, because I think why half-ass it? It's like, just go for it.
Right.
So that was definitely intentional. And
Yeah, I mean, I also, without intending to make a meta movie, I think to me, the meta stuff is a little bit more about, you know, the focus groups and, you know, the need for there being this giant corporation that is going to reopen a theme park, and that they want something bigger and badder and louder. And that's really just a movie studio who has a choice of whether or not to make another Jurassic Park movie, whether it's a good idea or not. They're going to do it. And and so you know, I feel like
you got to bring the old stuff in.
Yeah, and so I feel like there's a bit of, you know, we will repeat our mistakes if there's money on the table. And luckily, I think we made this into not being a repeated mistake, but it could have been.
Which I gotta say, I wouldn't say it if I don't agree, but that was pretty mind blowing.
Was it? Did you?
It
like
was.
The 3Ds?
I just saw it. I just ran here and still processing kind of what happened. Which character that you have played before, I mean, not Owen, obviously, would you say would be the best to catch a loose dinosaur, and who would be the least fit?
Oh, well, I think the least fit would be Andy Dwyer from Parks and Recreation. I think he would definitely be the first to get eaten.
Kind of.
He would be the first to get eaten.
He did tackle a possum, though. So.
He did. He'd probably think that he could save the park and would immediately be killed. And the best, I guess, would be, well, I guess Peter Quill from Guardians of the Galaxy, because he could use his Milano to shoot all the raptors, or he could have Rocket build like a giant
So
bomb.
like cool team.
Yeah.
Wenn wir das tun, dann auf meine Art.
Ziel in Sicht.
Knallt es ab!